In this video, I'm going to talk about the best way for a beginner to bring up a lagging body part. All right, for those who don't know, a lagging body part means basically your body is developing one muscle less than another muscle. I might say like, for some reason your biceps are just not getting bigger, but your triceps are, and your chest is, and whatever. Or maybe your legs aren't developing as well as your upper body. And so bringing up a lagging body part means basically to put like all your strong body parts, like off to the side and concentrate upon this one body part to bring it up to par. And then, when your body is at the same level and you're, in proportion, then you can go ahead and, just work your whole body again. Okay. Now, my best advice for a beginner to bring up a lagging body part is to not do it. Okay. And this actually came down from a guy. He wrote a book. I think he wrote Brawn and then Beyond Brawn. They were first, he had a lot of stuff about hard gainers. He's basically the first person who, approached bodybuilding, not just as like, bodybuilders, but like hard gainers. I think he actually created the term perhaps. And what was his name? Stuart McRobert, perhaps. Anyway, what he did is he came up with, he said like, most beginners don't have to worry about bigging up a lagging body part or gaining definition in a certain part of their body or developing a certain peak. Most guys just need more damn muscle. And that's basically the truth. Okay. If you're beginning to work out, okay, don't really worry about anything but total development. Get your whole body strong, get your whole body, bigger, okay? And then later on, okay, after a while, you can worry about like, bringing up a peak here, bringing up a little bit here. And, that's something that I say too, especially if you're doing body weight training. Now, okay, what that basically means is like, let's say, for some reason I'm, especially with body weight, let's say for some reason my biceps, okay, are, growing very well and my back's not growing well, okay? Now, with body weight, you're basically doing pulling movements, pull-ups, chin-ups, rows, whatever, for your pulling muscles. That means your back and your biceps are working together. Now, if your biceps for some reason are growing and your back isn't growing, okay, they're both being used. Basically the thing is maybe genetically you just have good biceps, okay? However, it's not going to go on forever, okay? So like, let's say, your arms are growing nicely, but your back and your chest, when you do your back, when you do your biceps, you're also doing your back. When you do the pushing movements, you're doing your triceps and your chest at the same time. Maybe your arms are growing quickly and your chest and your back aren't. Well, there's going to be a point at which you're not going to be growing as much, no matter how genetically gifted you are in your arms, okay? So what I suggest is not to, go on a certain, on a certain thing to bring up a certain lagging body part. Basically, just keep going at it, okay? And at some point, your strong body parts are going to slow down. And if you continue training and continue improving, the performance you do in the gym, the repetitions, the number of sets, whatever you do on your body weight exercises, like I said, your arms will slow down. They won't grow as much at the same rate, but your back, your chest will keep growing. Okay. So like I said, it will even out. So don't worry when you're a beginner about lagging body parts. Okay. The one thing that you might have to worry about in terms of lagging body parts is if you have a screwed up workout routine, okay, and you are neglecting certain body parts, okay? And I'll tell you, this happens a whole lot. It's really, when you do body weight, you almost always do compound exercises and you basically do a lot of full body workouts. So it's not often you're going to see somebody having a screwed up workout routine, but you see it a lot with, for instance, with weights, okay? I remember when I was in the Army for a while, I would work out at lunch, and there were just a few hardcore guys that would work out at lunch, and we just basically throw off our BDU to show you how old it was, our old uniform tops, and, just hit the gym and do some weights. And, there was one guy, he's like, man, my chest is, growing, but damn, my back is just all screwed up. Well, the funny thing is, this guy loved to bench press. He bench pressed like 3 times a week. Okay, he hit it hard. He loved it. And he, and he went and he really never did legs. Okay, there was another guy who, believe it or not, enjoyed doing squats. Okay. And, I don't know, maybe he was a masochist. I mean, everybody hates squats, but this guy, enjoyed doing squats. And he's like, my legs are growing, but damn, my upper body's all screwed up. And it's funny watching these two guys, like, off to the side, like, the guy who benches 3 times a week and loves it and pushes it and gives it everything, and avoids, doing anything like, like a pull up or a deadlift or a row or anything like this, is complaining that his chest is huge and his back is tiny. The guy who likes to squat 3 times a week and hit it hard and heavy is complaining that his upper body's lagging behind. And it's like, no, it's not your, a lagging body part. The problem is you guys, I mean, I didn't ever told them this, but, the problem is their workouts were screwed up, Obviously, if you kill a certain muscle and you love it and, and you just keep pushing it and you neglect another muscle, it's obviously, one muscle's going to grow and the other muscle isn't. So, like I said, unless you have a bad workout routine where you neglect a certain body part, don't worry about bringing up like a weak body part. Just keep going what you're doing. And as long as you have a complete routine, the genetically gifted muscles are going to grow first. However, after a while, everybody has their genetic limitations. That growth is going to slow down, and the other muscles, the supporting muscles that maybe aren't growing that well, are going to come up after a while. So just keep at it if you're a beginner.